Hello and welcome to another episode of Classroom Chronicle. I'm your host, Pete Braley. If any of this seems familiar today, there's a good reason for that, because we are at the Ashely School visiting with the second grade and teachers Mrs. Guy and Miss Epley. We were here in September. In fact, I think it was September 14th. It was a warm day then too, and it's a warm day now. But if you remember on that show, I asked if we could come back in June to see how the year went. So here we are. Hello, thank you for having us again.
It's lovely to have you.
How was the year?
It was long. It was.
Long.
But.
Okay.
It was wonderful.
Now, Miss Epley is from Connecticut, and this is was this your first year with your own classroom?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And how was that? Was that a good experience?
It was. It was a little overwhelming. It was a little overwhelming at first, but it was pretty good. I had wonderful support. I had a great group of kids. I had 25, which was a lot, but it was a wonderful experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Guy, in what did we figure out? Your 23rd year of teaching?
Yes.
How do you compare years, or do you just deal with what you got in front of you?
Yeah, you know, I've never compared. I've had brothers and sisters. I've never compared them. And it's just, you know what? This is what I love to do, and I love to do it.
All right.
Yeah, I do not do comparisons.
We are going to talk to some of the kids and find out some of the things that they have enjoyed about this year and some of the things they have learned. When I was here in September, I asked Mrs. Guy, what makes second grade so special? And you said something to the effect of, they still believe.
Yep.
They still believe because I guess...
the things that are important, that I wish grown-ups still believed in.
Okay.
Like themselves and how amazing they are.
And you've taught up to what, 6th grade?
Yeah, I actually started at 6th grade.
And you notice a difference by 6th grade? What do we enter self-doubt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. And you know, the other side of the coin is there's good and bad in each of the groups that I've ever had. In the 6th graders, they're starting to develop an opinion, and they're starting to listen to make sure that their opinion makes sense.
Okay.
You know, 2nd graders, they're not ready for that stuff yet. They're just happy-go-lucky kids, and you know, do the best they can, and hopefully they raise their hand fast enough so that they can get to the bathroom on time.
True.
Miss Epley, did I ask you this last year? I don't remember seeing it in the video, but why did you decide to teach this level, 2nd grade? I've
always wanted to teach 2nd grade, actually, so when I got this job, I felt like it was like a full circle. I loved my 2nd grade teacher, Mrs. Smith, and like I had told you before, my mom and my brother are teachers, so I've always wanted to be a teacher, but there's something about 2nd grade where they're young, but they're capable of doing, you know, more than, let's say, kindergarten or 1st grade, but like
Right.
Mrs. Guy said, they're still young and they need you.
In September, we learned that there is an academic schedule, right? There are things that you have to accomplish, and how did that go this year?
We had a few schedule changes, to say the least. We had a few schedule changes. You know, it's 2nd grade. Things are not quite developmentally appropriate, right? You have to have a lot of breaks, a lot of changes. But over the course of things, we made do. And Mrs. Guy and I worked together to make sure that things were the way they should be.
Was that concerning to you? Let me just one more question. Was that concerning to you as this is your first year with your own class? Was that concerning to you that, oh my goodness, I didn't do what I was supposed to do? And was your mentor helpful?
I think at first I was, but you have to be flexible as a teacher. You know, you have to just go with the flow, I guess you could say. So with Mrs. Guy's help and support, that I'm always doing the right thing and that I'm always asking for help.
Yes. Really, she never hesitated, which is such a brave thing. It's such a brave thing for a new teacher to not hesitate asking for help.
So no, Mrs. Guy was always there in my back pocket to help me out.
Yeah, I actually got surprised this year. We've had this same reading program for 3 or 4 years now. This is the first year we've gotten through every module.
Really?
Yes, the first year I've gone through every single module.
If I remember right, when I was here in September, a lot of these students told me they loved reading, they loved writing. So you think that was the difference?
You know, I think that it probably was, because I really don't have any other reason.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
So some of the questions I'm going to ask the kids, and you told me that you prepared them today, which is great. Thank you. I'm going to ask if there was something this year that surprised them, and I'll ask you the same thing. Was there something this year that surprised you?
I'm going to give you a humorous answer.
Okay.
I was very surprised at how many things can be turned into percussion instruments in the classroom. We tend to have a busy group this year, and we don't really mind the movement, but sometimes the noise is distracting. And it's amazing how many things I've said, could you put that on my desk, please? Put that on my desk, please. Because they just get very noisy.
A lot has been written about our attention spans here in America, and because we're watching these TikTok videos and we're doing everything in short spurts, that our attention span is shrinking. Is that an issue in second? Oh, it is.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Especially for the fact that they're still 7 and 8 years old.
Right.
We don't even. Our priority is learning. It's not learning to sit. So if they're standing at their desk, as long as they're working, we're fine.
In my class, we do that a lot. We set, I say if you need to stand, or if you need, we have a signal to take a walk if they need to take a walk for a minute, because not even I can sit still for that long. But it's definitely gotten shorter.
It's gotten shorter over the years.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess I don't know what the answer is. I don't see how we're going to be able to turn that around. We just have to adapt to it, I guess.
That makes me kind of sad. Because I really don't want to adapt to that.
Right, I can see that.
And I do have a solution, but it's not going to be an easy one for parents.
And what is that?
Take the electronics away from them.
Right.
They shouldn't have electronics before second grade.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of faces in the crowd.
We go to a restaurant, and there are little iPads everywhere.
Yes.
And the kids are quiet, but they're never going to learn to sit at a restaurant and be responsible in a restaurant if they have that thing. And it's hard for parents. They're so busy. This is easier. But I would rather ban electronics until you're 10. That's Mrs. Guy's wish.
In my house, nobody got a cell phone, I think, until high school, maybe middle school. And that was only if they were on sports teams and they had to call us to tell us when practice was over. So we didn't see any need for it before that age. All right, so when we were here in September, let's see, what did we do? We talked to a few people. We talked to Josh, who said he likes the nice, pretty classroom. It's nice and calm.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes.
I really want to know what Miss Epley was surprised by this year.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I
took
did not.
over and
I forgot that I didn't ask
because
her.
I've never asked her that.
So, what did anything surprise you this year?
I don't know.
About you or them or?
I guess maybe in myself that I'm able to, adapt to a lot of things that happened this year. I started the year off with 22, and now I'm ending the year off with 25 kids. That's a lot of kids. And also just like understanding the different needs of these children and how I thought maybe school was not supposed to go, but how I thought, my expectations were very different. And so I think in the beginning year I had very, very high expectations, and I had to lower them a little so that they still were high, right? The kids need high expectations, but there's so many needs. And I wanted to make sure that I was able to comfort and support every single one of them.
Is every year different though? Do you kind of have to deal with what you have in front of you, right?
Absolutely, and they change from last year to this year.
Right.
These little kiddos are going to go up to the third grade. It's amazing how all of a sudden they're like, ooh, I'm on the top floor. Okay, so this is a serious business. And they stop being little itchy, babyish kind of kids. They really do. No, it's not a personal thing. You know how much I love you. But when the first graders come up to second, we know what they've been like all in first grade, and all of a sudden they're, wow, this is, okay, so they get this. Right. It's amazing what a summer does for a child. Gives them a chance to reset and say, okay, I'm going to take care of this. I'm not going to play with that one because that was a problem for me last year, and I'm going to try and raise my hand a little bit more, things like that.
Right.
I think also the confidence that they had from, the beginning of the year to the end of the year, just in second grade. I mean, the amount of growth that my students have made, socially, academically. You know, I have a student next door who chose not to come, but the amount of confidence that she has and that she wants to participate more, you didn't see that. The kindness that Eliana has shown, right? There's all different, you know, kindness and helping that you didn't necessarily see in the beginning of the year that you see now.
Super. So as I was saying, when we were here in September, we talked to Josh, who likes the nice classroom. It's nice and calm. Laura likes reading. Mia says she loves math. She's really good at math and does problems at home. Brady, none of this is surprising you, right?
No, not at all.
Brady likes writing and creates great stories. Mateo loves reading. Riley likes writing because you can write so many different things. And you can send yourself so many places, I guess. Adriana said she loves being with Mrs. Guy, and you said suck up.
Well, actually, I actually had Adriana's uncle in 4th grade, and he told her how adorable I am, and Adriana bought into it, and now she has the proof.
And we also had someone mention Stuffed Animal Day. So, and you said that was like a reward for some. Were there other special days this year?
We did slime.
Slime?
Yep, we did. We made slime. We're actually working at having a glow party, which is fun. We did pajama day. We did movie day. We did all sorts of fun activities for that the students could earn based on their great behavior.
All right. So they have been so patient and quiet sitting here. Yeah. So do you want to help out?
I would love to.
Go around with the micro. What'd you call her?
The Vanna White.
The Vanna White of the 2nd grade.
I guess, right?
Oh, you're dating us now.
Yes, we are.
I don't know who
Tell me who Phil Donahue is. Yeah, okay.
Some TV guy.
That's right, talk show host.
We have some questions for the students, and you told me you ran these by them yesterday. So
actually this morning, let them have time to think about it.
Okay. So my first question is, what is something you enjoyed learning about this year? So we've got a few hands going up.
Logan, what did you enjoy learning about this year?
I enjoyed learning about this year math because Mrs. Guy usually helps kids that need help with math.
He's a math wizard.
That's definitely true. She definitely helps.
A math wizard, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Super. What are they studying in 2nd grade, if I can ask?
I'd say, what did I say? The most difficult thing is subtracting with regrouping.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that is the most difficult concept for 2nd graders. There are so many steps.
Okay.
But they're learning multiple numbers in a column to add, not just adding 2 different numbers, adding maybe 5. Mm-hmm. And that's always a pleasure. And addition, geometry, of course, graphs, making line plots, and you never think that they're finished because they don't look like graphs. When you finish a line plot, it doesn't look like a graph. So they're always gonna, did I do it right? Yeah.
I'm still hung up on geometry in 2nd grade.
Oh gosh, yeah. The different kinds of triangles, the quadrilaterals. We don't even touch circles in 2nd grade.
Okay.
Just the angle things. Anything with an angle.
Angle, vertices, sides.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Quadrilaterals.
All right, who else can tell me something they enjoyed learning about this year?
Let's go over to Nora.
I like math because it's like easy, but it's also very challenging.
Okay.
I love that. You feel confident, Nora, but then you also have a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Love that. Let's see, who else? Let's go over to Kaysen.
I like writing because I like writing a type of story that is about me and about stuff that I like and stuff.
I can tell you that Kaysen, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, has his writing is tremendous. He wrote maybe a paragraph in the beginning of the year, and the other week he wrote 4 pages.
Wow.
Yes. So
Super.
He's a writing superstar.
And do you place any limits on the writing, or do you give them a prompt, or how does that work?
Yes, I give them a prompt of and then we go through the whole drafting phase, the whole planning, drafting, all of that, and then they work together, and I help them edit it, and it's a whole thing.
Okay. One other person on that question?
Let's go over to Mateo.
Mateo.
What surprised you?
You'll be able to see him. Hang on.
Oh.
My favorite thing that I learned about this year is reading because I struggle reading, and then when it's my turn to read, Mrs. Guy helps me with my reading.
That's wonderful, Mateo.
Super, super. All right, next question. Or you want to keep going? What's something you enjoyed learning about?
McKenna, what about you?
I like reading because it helps me learn about something like it's important or not.
Good.
Seems reading and math are the big things, huh? Okay.
That's what we spend most of our day doing, reading and math. Yeah.
What did you learn about this year that you want to learn more about? Either you looked it up at home, or you asked somebody at home, or you're looking forward to learning more about it next year, maybe?
I bet there's a student back here that has his hand raised that's going to share information. I could have guessed. Mr. Sebastian. Sebastian, what do you want to learn more about?
I want to learn more.
Loud.
I want to learn more about geometry
Why?
because it's fun learning about shapes and how they like
What was that word that you just learned that you love to say now?
quadrilateral.
And what's a quadrilateral?
A quadrilateral is when a shape has 4 sides.
Job.
Quadrilateral.
Nice job, Sebastian.
Wow.
I could have guessed that his hand was raised.
You know, I think people are surprised that kids can do that, but when they were 3, they were able to say brachiosaurus. So why can't they say quadrilateral in 2nd grade?
And what is quadrilateral again?
A 4-sided closed shape.
Four-sided closed shape. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? What is something you learned about that you want to learn more about it? You want to really delve into it?
Let's go over to Riley.
Math, because it teaches you to be smarter and you get better at it, and it gets harder, so it's fun to do, and that's why I want to learn more of it next year.
Good. That's great. Maybe about more with time and money, because money is important.
Riley's current challenge is symmetry, which is not something we do in 2nd grade, but Riley is ready for it, so it's coming at him from his computer program. And so he's really trying to get that symmetry down and think, okay, symmetry. Okay, got it. Did you finish it? Way to go, baby.
Let's go over to the other Riley.
I think I want to learn more about math because it's easy, but then it's hard, like Nora said, but I like the challenges because just like when I was doing the thing where I couldn't get it, but then but then after a couple days when I kept on working on it, I got better at it. So I like when I get more challenges with math, so I'd like to learn more about math.
I love that, Riley. Nice job here. She's persevering. We all persevere. And let's go over to Lucas.
I like to learn about number of the game more because, like, it's kind of hard, but not really. And it's just, like, easy.
So Mrs. Guy told us about number of the day. So our class does number of the day. And yesterday, we've been in the hundreds. And yesterday we had the number 5,123, which they have never really been exposed to. So they had to do all different things with 5,123.
Wow.
And they blew my mind.
It's a lovely thing that teaches them the concepts, the basic concepts that are going to carry them through to high school. You know, the word form, expanded form, which number's greater, which number's less, things like evens and odds. Right. Yeah, it's actually a really comprehensive thing. That is their independent morning work.
Do schools still do a big thing about the 100th day of school, where you put out whether it's 100 pieces of macaroni to see how big that is?
Yes, or 100 rulers down the hallway, or 100 of those little tissue papers, and what picture can you make with them?
Okay.
Yeah.
And what grade, does every grade celebrate that? Or?
Yeah, every grade does.
Right.
At our school, anyway, every grade did something special for the 100th day.
Okay. Who else? Do you have someone else who wants to tell us something they learned this year they want to learn more about?
Let's go over to Eliana. She hasn't shared yet.
You need to scooch down, Miss Epley. You need to scooch down. There you go.
My favorite thing is science because we can learn about like
Habitats.
plants and countries.
About social studies.
That's social science.
So that's all I got.
Okay, so you like science and social studies. That's wonderful. What are you gonna say, Casey? What can you add?
I can talk about the thing that she said about science. So she likes science because we can learn about stuff that we don't really know about yet, and that way we can have like types of stuff we can do in science in 3rd grade.
What did we do this year? We planted what?
We planted flowers.
That's right, we planted flowers.
Super. Next question I had was there anything that surprised you this year? Did you learn something about yourself, or is there something you learned in class that, wow, I never knew that? What surprised you?
What surprised you? Is anybody that has not shared want to share? Mia, let's see what surprised you, Mia.
What surprised me is that every single time we go into Mrs. Guy's classroom, she always gives us a nice greeting, and she always challenges us to do different kinds of things, because everything doesn't stay the same, so she gives us different challenges, and every time you get the hang of it, you have to do something harder, because nothing stays the same forever.
That's wonderful, Mia. Good job.
That's the world.
There you go. How do you feel hearing that?
Verklempt. I'm not sure I can get the words out, but yeah. I like that they realize that's the long-term plan, to be able to survive and function and succeed even in this world.
You must have a bad day every now and then. How do you but you leave it outside the classroom, right?
Yeah, because they don't need to deal with that. That's not for them to worry about.
Right.
We often say, because we do have a very social group in my classroom, that isn't really your business. And it isn't their business to worry about, although there was another thing that surprised me, is the amount of empathy the children in my classroom have. My dog died this year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They were beside themselves.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, this guy, are you good? They'd come, I got extra hugs, and it was just a lovely thing.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
But I don't want to bring that in, because they already have enough in their baskets to have to carry.
True.
Yeah.
True. All right. Did you have anyone else about something that surprised you this year before we talk about what you want to do this summer?
Josani, what surprised you this year?
What surprised me is when I came first in this classroom, I had a wonderful teacher that can teach me a lot of stuff.
That's wonderful. So Josani's in my class. She came in maybe March. She was at a different school in New Bedford, and so she said that she had a wonderful teacher that helped and supported her. So thank you, Josani. We're happy that you're in our classroom.
And I just want to thank Miss Epley, because I've done these interviews over the years, and I can't get that low anymore. So my knees thank you. All right, so we are here at the beginning of June, and as of today, there are 8 days left of school. They have a paper chain on the wall counting down the days. So with summer just around the corner, what's anybody excited about this summer? What are you looking forward to doing? And Mrs. Guy, let me ask you first. What are you looking forward to this summer?
Actually, I was just bragging yesterday. I was able to sign up for my summer school classes.
Oh, cool.
Teachers are always learning, and I have a chance to actually take a course that will help keep me fresh and current and the best teacher possible.
Nice. Miss Epley, how about you? Are you teaching this summer, or are you taking the summer off?
I'm babysitting this summer. I wanted to do something a little bit different than teaching, but I'm babysitting. So I'll be spending time at the pool and the beach with this little 4-year-old girl. And as well as Mrs. Guy, I signed up for a class too to continue to learn.
Nice.
Since I have a lot to learn.
All right, let's. We just have a few minutes left, so let's go around and say, what are you excited about for this summer?
Asiya, what are you excited about?
To go on my computer so I can play Prodigy.
They have a new game called Prodigy, so they're excited to go on their computer because they get to bring them home this summer.
Oh.
I hope you'll get outside
That's
a
new.
little bit. Trey, what are you excited about?
I'm excited to go to the pond and swim with my cousins.
I love that, Trey. I'm so excited to hear about that when we get back in the fall. Let's see. Who hasn't shared all of these? Here we go. What about you?
I'm gonna be going camping this summer.
Wow, are you gonna have s'mores? That's exciting. Adriana, what about you?
I'm gonna go to the water park this summer.
What's that water park called again?
Water Whiz?
Water Whiz, yeah,
Water
Water Whiz. That's where you're going to? Logan?
This summer I get to take my computer home and I get to do stuff that I don't really get to do.
That's fun.
Miss Ethel, you got 2 of your boys back there.
Oh, we'll go to Mason R first.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited to go to Florida.
You're excited to go to Florida? Are you going to see some alligators? Ooh. That's awesome, Mason. Who else? Josh, you haven't shared. What are you excited about, Josh? Let me just scoot around Sebastian.
I'm excited about going on this trip my dad planned for me. I don't know what it is. It's a surprise. And he said we have to go on a plane, but I don't know where it is. He said we've never been there, and he said he's never been there. So I'm excited to see what it is because I think it might be Mexico because my cousins are in Mexico right now.
That is so fun. I can't wait to find out about that secret surprise vacation.
Ooh.
Bennett, what are you excited about? Hold on, say it again.
I'm excited to play more sports like soccer.
Like soccer. Mr. Bennett over here is amazing at soccer. He does it on the weekdays and the weekends. He's awesome. So that's a great thing that you're going to practice this summer. What about you, Leanne?
This summer I going to with my dad to play soccer.
He's going to play soccer with his dad.
Nice.
That's wonderful.
Nice.
Should I keep going?
One more.
All right, let's do one more. Let's go to the front. Someone in the front. Oh, Laura. Excuse me, Emil. I'm just going to sneak by you. Oh, Laura, what are you excited about this summer?
That I get to hang out more with my cousin.
That's so fun. I would agree with you.
Now, this course you're taking, is that like on your own time, in your own dime? Is that because I don't think people realize teachers do that a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of teachers do that.
Yeah.
It is going to be online and independent work.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't sign up for the same course, right? No. I'm focusing on reading for the younger children who struggle.
Okay.
That's what my course is going to be about.
All right. So, did everybody have a good time this year in 2nd grade?
Yay!
And I think it's pretty obvious you had a good time too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a year I'll never forget. It was a wonderful first year for me.
Super. Yeah. Now, do you already have an idea of what's coming in September, or is that still to be decided as to which students go where?
Oh yeah, we don't know. Yeah. It's always a surprise.
Well, I hope you both enjoy your summer, whatever time you have to enjoy and be free and babysitting that little one. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for having us in September and then having us back in June. So this has been a great experience.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
All right. Enjoy 3rd grade, everybody. Yay. That'll do it for this week and our visit to the 2nd grade here at the Charles S. Ashely School. I'm your host, Pete Braley, for Classroom Chronicle. Take care.